Good morning everyone and welcome to my home. Today we are going to be doing a bunch of different things. First, I have to make a meal and it is Amish green bean casserole. So I'm going to be putting that together for all of you, and as I bake that, I'm baking it ahead of time. I'm having the meal for tomorrow, but I'm going to bake it today. That way I don't have to cook it tomorrow. I just need to reheat it. And then I'm going to work on some things outside. We're going to dodge a few raindrops as we do that. And we're going to be working on some other projects. I hope you are enjoying these Amish, that's a tongue twister, almost Amish lifestyle videos, because they're such a joy for me to create them for all of you. So let's go ahead and let's work on the casserole. So this comes from an Amish cookbook that I just learned by heart. The first thing that we're going to do is I am going to boil 2 cups of noodles. You can use whatever noodles you want. I'm just going to be using the elbow noodles. Once they're cooked, we're just going to throw this all together and then I'll show you. I changed my mind. I found these noodles and there's such a unique design to them. I thought we will use these. I had these noodles now about 3 years, so we're going to use these up. Now, like in a lot of the Amish recipes, it does call for, oh no, cream soup. And yes, you can make your own cream soup if you wish. You can make it a dry mix, but I have these soups on hand and so we're going to use them. But the fearful, the dreaded cream soups, people do not like cream soups, a lot of people, but this is how my kitchen is, and it is an authentic Amish recipe. And believe it or not, the Amish use a lot of cream soups. If you're wondering what cream soups to use, I use whatever I have on hand. I have cream of chicken and cream of broccoli. You can use whatever you have on hand. And now I'm going to add the green beans. So I am doubling this, so I'm adding 2 quarts of green beans. 1 quart of green beans would be 1 of the can of soup. And you're going to drain the green beans and you're going to put them in the soup. And then I do have 1 onion chopped up. With this recipe, you can use whatever meat you want. You can use ham, chicken, or ground beef. Today we are going to use ground beef in it. I'm going to add my canned cheese, or you can use shredded cheese. Now we will add the noodles once they're finished, but I'm just mixing this all up ahead of time. We'll add a little bit of shredded cheese on top. Now we'll just wait for the noodles. All right, we're going to add the noodles. Now you don't have to add the noodles to this, but I do to just make it last a little further. You can feed more people if you add a cup or 2 of noodles with it. I did add about a half a cup of shredded cheese too. Now we're just going to go ahead and stir this up really well. And let's go ahead. Now, because everything's cooked, basically what we're doing is we're just reheating. We're heating it up really good and hot. I am going to bake it now because I don't want the breadcrumbs to get soggy. This is my homemade dried tomato bread that I toasted up. All right, we can go ahead and put these in the oven for about 35 minutes at 350. Now I'll meet you outside for today's outside project. Well, everyone, I'm going to sit down and take a moment break just before I start something else. So far the rain has been holding off, but it's supposed to have heavy rain today, and I really wanted to get another project, at least get it started. But I wanted to show you. This is all the jars that we used in today's video. So I just love canning jars because I can use them over and over again. And I found this one that had food in it. and I don't even remember where I got it. I assume at the thrift store, or maybe one of you gave it to me. It's been years. I just thought it's so beautiful. It would be a beautiful vase to put flowers in. So I might save this for a vase. I had some beans in this. It wasn't canned, it was just dried beans. So, all right, we're gonna go put all of this away. I have to wash my trash cans. So I'm gonna do that really quick. And then we're gonna get some fencing out that I found, and I don't know where it came from. Maybe when we had chickens, I don't know. But I thought I could maybe make a trellis for my cucumbers. It won't be very high, but at least it'll give it another extra couple feet, because my garden is jam-packed full of everything. We have green beans, we have potatoes, we have carrots. We also have a lot of herbs and flowers. It is packed full. Now, if the cucumbers want to trail along the ground where the tomatoes are, that is fine. But I thought I'd just, hey, I have it, why don't I try using it? Also, I will be, if the weather permits, using some fishing line, an old remedy for deer. So we are going to put some fishing line around where the green beans are planted, because if deer run into something they cannot see, they get scared and they won't come back. That is the theory of the old ways, the Amish ways. We're gonna give it a try. So see, on this channel, it's all kinds of things. Old traditional things that, well, our ancestors did. This is invisible, so it's invisible. It's clear, so it's clear fishing line. All right, let's go put these jars away, and let's go wash this trash can, and let's go see what this fencing looks like. So whenever I'm in here, I try to make sure I keep things cleaned up. All right, we'll go put the basket back in the house, and then we'll go work on outside projects. All right, so I'm gonna clean my trash can, and after we do all these projects, we are gonna make some homemade cleaner. But I got this at the Dollar Tree, and I'm no longer gonna be using these kind of products because I can make it so much cheaper homemade. And it's really strong, which is fine for me, but my husband hates the strong scent of stuff. So I'm gonna use this for things like trash cans outside. So I'm gonna put a generous amount of this in and scrub these trash cans. And after this is done, I love the smell of stuff like this, but my husband hates it. After we're done there, then we're gonna go and I'm gonna check to see if I can use that fence. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and dry off my trash can and put that away. Well, the fencing was actually too small to use for the green beans. I don't even know where this came from. It's brand new, but it was just a little piece of it. So I'm figuring out, what am I going to use it for? I came up with an idea. So let's go ahead and see once what we can do with this fence. Honestly, I think this is going to work. So I folded it in half, and then we're going to have it like this. Now hopefully I can find more stakes. I used to have a bunch of them, and I don't know where they're at. I gotta see if I can find some more. But that's what we're going to do. And then we'll have the cucumbers grow up it. I think I can make it look really nice. All right, so let's go ahead, take this down to the garden, and let's get this established. And then I gotta find some more of these tent hooks. So I'll plant a cucumber on each little square. So it'll be a lot of them, and I will plant them and I have them trail coming this way. And then that way they can go all along here where the tomatoes will be. All right, everyone. So we're gonna finish this video with an alternative to all those cleaners that you find at the Dollar Tree. And this comes from Forgotten Ways for Modern Days. And this is a book I've had many years. And Forest Fresh Floor Cleaner. 1 cup of washing soda, 1 cup of white vinegar, a half a cup of Castile soap, and pine essential oil, 30 drops. I'm not using any vinegar. I don't like the smell of vinegar. But what we're going to do is we're going to put all of this into here, and then I'm going to fill the rest of it up with really good hot water, and that way it can all incorporate better with each other. So I have my trusty big old funnel, which I cannot believe how many times I use this for non-food things. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to use a cup of the washing soda, not baking soda, washing soda. Put that in the bottom. You can get this anywhere and everywhere for $4 for a big box of it. So it's very cheap. And I have some of this I've had for years. It's Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. We're gonna go with a half a cup of that. And then I'm gonna add my essential oils, which is pine. Give it a good shake. We're gonna go with about a teaspoon of that. And there you go, everyone. It's as easy as that. And now you just add a little bit of this to water when you're washing your floors, when you're washing your bathroom. I'm just gonna shake it here and there for the first hour or two just to make sure it dissolves. But it looks perfect. And it has a really nice clean scent. And there's no chemicals. So we're gonna wash the floors and do things like that with this. I'll make sure I put on here and marker that it is floor cleaner. Well, take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys on the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my chores and call it a day.